This is Broke to Billionaire. In this series, I'll be showing you how to go from level 1 to owning absolutely everything. Now let's get into it. In today's episode, I'll be showing you how to start your GTA Online career and how to get your first business. Now, I will be playing the excess version of the game, which means I get access to 4 million from the beginning. But what I'm going to do is just go ahead and waste everything so I can just start from scratch and make it as relatable for you lot as possible. Now that I have wasted my 4 million, I'm going to go ahead and create my character. If you are new to the game, then the character that you make doesn't really affect the game that much, so don't worry too much about this. I'm just going to go ahead and just leave mine how it is and get straight into the gameplay. Now, if you're also playing on PS5 or the XS version of the game, then you're going to want to do this little tutorial first. It's all pretty self-explanatory, so I'm just going to skip the part where I'm in free play. Now, the very first thing that you want to do is head over to the Diamond Casino, because this is where you'll have a chance to spin the wheel and win various prizes. Once you have arrived at the casino, you're going to want to come over to the lucky wheel and give it a spin. The prizes vary from clothing items, RP, money, and possibly even a car, so this is all really great for any player really. As you can see from my wheel spin, I've just gone and won myself 20 grand, which as a beginner is actually really helpful, so just make sure that you're doing this every day. Now, after you've spun the wheel and you're out of the casino, you're going to want to look for this symbol on your map. This is a stash house, and we'll explain this now. Now, once you arrive at this symbol, it's going to let you access this little underground sort of warehouse, and what you're going to want to do is you want to come in here and shoot everyone, kill everyone in there, and then you're going to want to break into this safe. The safe is going to need a code, which should be on a yellow post-it note somewhere within the warehouse, so just have a look around and find that and memorise the numbers. Once you have the code, go ahead and type it into the safe. This is going to give you around about $30,000 as soon as you leave the building and then leave the area. The stash houses are also available every 24 hours, similar to the next thing, which is G's Cash. This will also be available every 24 hours, and if you do this, it's going to get you around about $18,000 each time, hopefully. Now, when you've arrived at this symbol, it's going to put you in an area where you're searching for G's Cash, which is basically just a box. That's all you're looking for. You will hear bells when you're getting close to it. This is what the box looks like, and what you're going to want to do is just go ahead and pick that up. Now, as you can see, that's gone and gave me $15,000, which is very helpful as a new player. And as I've said, you can do this every 24 hours, so take advantage of it. The next thing you're going to want to do is head over to ammunition, and we're going to be buying some guns, which is going to help us in the next part. The first thing I always buy is the micro SMG. If you haven't reached a high enough level to buy this yet, then the machine pistol is always a good option. The next thing that I like to buy is the special carbine. Anything else is up to you really. I think this is what is necessary to get far on into the game, but completely up to you as I've said. Now, a suggestion that I like to make at the start of the game is getting the Duke of Death. This is free for everyone I believe, but this is like an armoured vehicle and you get it for free. It's not completely armoured, but it will do the job for beginners. However, in order to own this, you are going to need a place to store it, which isn't always an option for new players. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to come over to Dynasty 8 Executive and buy yourself a garage. Now, either the cheapest garage will be free or it will be 25,000. Either way, it should be easy enough to get the money for that. So I'll go ahead and grab that one. It is the cheapest one, but it's probably all you'll need for now. Next, you're going to want to go up to the yellow R on your map. This is going to let you start the first dose missions, which is part of the drug war story, and this is going to make us a load of money to begin with. Now, these missions do require quite a bit of combat, which can be scary for the beginner players. However, these are really easy if you've bought the guns that are needed to be bought, so just keep that in mind. In this mission, you're required to steal back the journey and then pick up Dax, and then you're also going to want to drive over to an abandoned warehouse, which is going to later become the Freak Shop, which plays a big part in this first episode. Now that we've completed the mission, we get some money, and also as a bonus for first time completion, you will be getting an extra $50,000 on top of it, as you will be able to notice in the top right corner. And now that you've completed the first mission for Dax, you do get him as a contact, which is really good and beneficial because you are now able to call Dax and request work. Unfortunately, you can only accept these missions every 48 minutes as that's how long the cooldown lasts, but you do make 50k every time you do one of these missions. Now, some of these missions can last quite a while, but it's not guaranteed that you get the same one every time. But you will need these later on to get the upgrades in the acid lab. So this is really beneficial in order to increase your profits in your first business. The next thing that you're going to want to do is return to the freak shop and start up the next mission of the Drug Wars series. In the next part of this, you're going to want to go ahead and steal the party supplies. Unfortunately, the party supplies do get destroyed, which means they have to come over to the Lost MC clubhouse, and that's where we're going to raid their clubhouse basically. What you're going to want to do is come into here and take a photo of the plans, which you're then going to send to Dax. Then you're going to come out of here and grab that bag, and then we're going to want to steal their grass, if you know what I mean. Once you have the supplies, you're going to want to head back over to the freak shop and deliver them there. Mission passed, and we have earned ourselves a nice $14,000 as well as our 50,000 first time bonus, which is pretty nice. Now, we are going to still be carrying on with the first dose missions, and this next one is quite difficult in my opinion. I don't know if it was just bad luck or if I'm just really bad at the game, but I really struggled with this one, so let me know if you feel the same way. In the mission, all you have to do is destroy Lost MC's property, and then you head over to Miller's Fishery and just steal all their meth basically. But for some reason, I just really struggle with this one. We get a nice $16,000 for completing that mission, as well as our 50,000 bonus obviously. This goes for all the missions except from the last one that we're going to do today, which is a 250,000 bonus, which is obviously very good for us. Now, continuing with the first dose missions, this is probably one of my all-time favourite ones because this is just like so fun to do and I just find it really exciting. I won't bore you with all the gameplay, however, as you can see, this is a very tricky mission and I just find this one so exciting. And as you can see, it says trip survived rather than mission completed, which I absolutely love. So we're going to get our 16,000 from that, and then obviously our 50,000 bonus. Now let's get to the next mission. Continuing on with the first dose missions, this is another mission that I find really enjoyable. What you want to do is head over to the hippie camp, and then once you're there, you're going to have to destroy the lab equipment. Once you've done that, you go into the van to get the GPS signal from the other delivery vans. Once you get arrived at them, it's just simple as destroying them, and it's as easy as that. For the last part of the mission, you will need to come up to their camp and destroy a few more delivery vans, as well as also taking out this helicopter, which can be quite difficult, but as long as you know what you're doing, you should be fine. After you've done that and left the area, you will get your pay as well as your bonus 50,000 on top of it. Now, for the final first dose mission that we're going to be doing, this is very important because this is what's going to earn you the acid lab, which is your first business, which is going to make you a lot of money in the meantime. Now, this mission is another one of my favourites. It's super easy, it's super enjoyable, there's so much action involved, and you get to derail the train, which is quite funny. Once you arrive at the train, you're going to want to steal all the chemicals from it, and then you're also going to want to steal the Brigade 6x6, which is later going to become the acid lab. What you're going to want to do is get the Brigade 6x6 back to the freak shop. Once you've gotten it back to the freak shop, you are going to be awarded with $250,000, which we are going to put towards the acid lab. However, this is going to make us a lot more money in return. In order to set up the acid lab, you are going to be given a mission to go to one of 3 different locations where you have to collect equipment. All these missions are really easy. It's literally just putting the equipment on a truck and driving it back to the freak shop. Now, in order to set up the acid lab, we are going to need $750,000. However, currently we are sitting around about 100,000 short, so we're going to do some things in the meantime to earn us that money. The first thing I'd recommend is by doing your junk energy skydives. You're going to get 10 of these every 24 hours, and if you complete all 10 of them with a gold medal, you're going to earn around about $150,000, which is really good. Or maybe even if your cooldown has reset by now, maybe possibly doing another Dax mission just to get one step further. Another way to earn some quick cash is by doing a junk energy charm trial, which is basically where you're given a bike and you have to get from one spot to another in a set amount of time, which is going to earn you around about $50,000. And the final quick money maker that I would recommend is taxi work. Now, some people find this boring. For me personally, I enjoy doing this, so that's what I'm going to do to earn the last bit of money that I need. It's only like $30,000 now, so I might as well do this, have a bit of fun with it, and then we'll go to buy the acid lab. Now, once you have the $750,000 needed, you're going to want to come back to the freak shop, speak to Mutt, who is stood by the acid lab. Once you speak to him, he is going to let you be able to purchase the equipment needed to run the acid lab, and that's going to basically explain to you how it all works. Now, that is the end of episode 1, and in the next episode, I'm going to be showing you how to set up the acid lab and how to make the most money out of the acid lab. This is really profitable, especially as a solo player, if that's how you play in the game, but I'm going to show you how to make as much money as possible, as well as also going over some other good ways to make money in the next episode, so make sure to stay tuned and watch the next episode. Anyway, thank you for watching part 1 of the Broke to Billionaire series, and please feel free to like and subscribe to keep updated to all my content, and I will see you in the next video.
You say you wanna cry, but you never do. Sugar, there's a